go for that drive, bro. Yo guys, Dave here. You are watching Studio Motors. Today we're going over the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 Xtreme Recon. It's a mouthful, but I'm gonna tell you 5 reasons why I bought one and why you should buy one today. We have to start at the engine. It is the highlight of the car. It's named into the car. It's the Rubicon 392. So it's all about the engine. And let me tell you why this is so crucial, so important. Dodge announced towards the end of last year that Hellcats are being discontinued. So are 392s, either the end of 23 or the beginning of 24. Global warming, EPA guidelines, and this thing is gone, okay? We're gonna lose the 392. And all of Dodge's medium cars that ran these types of engines will be running what's called the GME T6. It's an inline-6 engine, it's turbocharged, and it's going to be replacing these naturally aspirated V8s. Beautiful, beautiful character that goes with these engines and how they mate with the cars that we're never gonna have again. The engine in this thing is a 6.4 liter Chrysler's 392 engine. It's been out for a long time. It's been improved along the way, but this isn't some sophisticated engine. It's just a really big, very powerful, very generous engine. It's got 470 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, 4.50 to 60, 4.50 to 60 in a 6,000 pound Jeep. That's insanity. You know how much fun that could be in the dirt at full throttle? It's your last chance to own a Hemi Wrangler. And I think that's important. I think there's so much value to put in that statement. This intake actually acts as a snorkel as well. So you could diverge this in water. Very clever way of doing it. Before, we used to have to cut a hole on the side of the hood and run a snorkel to the top corner of the roof. To have this built in right from the factory, that's another expense you don't have to do. That's another thing you don't have to put on your car. Hey man, people have been dropping Hemis in these things for a long time. Yeah, that's 30 grand cash out of pocket. Can't be financed, can't be leased. But you could finance this thing, you could lease this thing. This is my main reason for buying a 392 Rubicon. Reason number 2 is the Xtreme Recon package. Now, Xtreme Recon isn't a package exclusively for the 392s, but the Xtreme Recon paired with the 392, that becomes something so special. When you're driving an automatic vehicle, if you do not re-gear the car to a lower ratio, but you go up in tire, that's gonna put a lot of strain on the rest of the drivetrain components of the vehicle, especially the transmission, and you're gonna burn more gas, and you're not gonna shift when you're supposed to shift. That's where re-gearing comes in. Now, to re-gear a vehicle on a Jeep, you gotta re-gear the rear axle, front axle. That's typically at least a $2,000 job, and obviously it voids your warranty. They have to break seals, open them up, re-gear it, and close it up. It's a delicate process, and you have to do it right, or you have to redo the whole thing over again. The Xtreme Recon package comes with the front and rear re-geared already. What that means is the car knows that it has this size tire on it, and also it's geared to accommodate that size tire. So the car doesn't have to struggle. None of the drivetrain is under stress. And 456 is a good enough ratio where you could pull the 35s off, throw 37s on, and you still don't have to re-gear. If you're doing any serious rock crawling, is you want to deflate your tires, right? There's a chance that you might slide and your tire will pop off the wheel. It's happened a lot. And that's where beadlock wheels came to be. This car ships with beadlock wheels, so you could do the craziest stuff right from the factory. All you need to buy is another ring to replace this, and that's it, you're done. I would have thrown bigger tire on there. I would have got beadlock wheels on it. I would have re-geared the vehicle if I did all of that. And all of that's done. Under factory warranty, that's insane. It's the most hardcore Jeep we've ever gotten. And we got a year, maybe 2 left to snatch one of these things up. That's reason number 2, the Xtreme Recon package that makes the 392 an absolute must-buy today. Reason number 3, just all around, it's a better Wrangler. And I'm not talking about it's better because it's faster. I'm not talking about it's better because it's lifted or it's got 35s on there. I have never driven a better Wrangler than this, ever. And I've driven a ton of them, from old ones to new ones. There's something special about the suspension on this thing. Obviously, it's developed in-house. There's no aftermarket component on there. And it's tuned for this specific vehicle, and that's resulted in the best driving Wrangler I've ever experienced. It's really, really good. It's shockingly good. Once we take it out to the mud and we exercise it a little bit and we stretch that suspension out, get some movement in there, then it's gonna really open up. I can't wait to feel what it feels like at that point, because everything's just brand new now. So, best driving Wrangler ever made. Reason number 3 to buy a 392 today. Reason number 4 is going to be, it's one of the best all-around cars. You could hit the beach with it. You could pick up friends. It's got plenty of room. You could store stuff in it. You could move stuff in it. You could lay down the seats and increase the room in it. On top of that, it's a convertible. You could take the entire top off. You could go off-roading in this thing. You could drive it in the water. You could drive it on sand. You could put it in mud. There's just so many things you could do with this thing, and it's a very well-rounded vehicle, except they used to be just slow. Now, it's got plenty of power. What more can we ask for in a full-blown off-roader? It's got everything. This is the whole shebang, the whole kit and caboodle. I mean, we got it all right here, man. It's just super, super fun. So the question is, how does it feel as a car? It's something I ask all the time, and it feels phenomenal. Reason number 4 to buy a Rubicon 392 today. Oh yeah! Reason number 5 why you should buy a 392 Rubicon today is because I'm selling mine and I need a buyer. I'm just kidding. I'm never selling this thing. So the Wrangler is going to hold heavy resale value just because it's a Wrangler, but throw on top of that the Xtreme Recon package and the 392 package, where it's an engine that's going to be discontinued and possibly only made for 2 years in limited quantities. Man, we got ourselves a winner here. This will be a car that retains a lot of its value. You could probably drive this thing, flip it, and make money on it. I can't promise you any of this, but this could be the last Hemi 6.4 naturally aspirated V8 Wrangler we ever get, and that is going to mean something to the pre-owned market. You have a chance to buy one at a reasonable cost now, and in the future, when they don't exist anymore, people will be dishing out 50, 60K over window to get their hands on one of these things. And that's reason number 5. But wait, there's more. I got a bonus reason why you should buy a Rubicon 392 today. And that is, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but this thing totally has G63 vibes. And I know that sounds nuts. And I know all the guys out there that paid 100 grand over window sticker for their G63s are probably gonna be like, yeah, you're crazy. The G63 is so much better. Yeah, it is. It is. No arguments there. But G63 vibes, bro. When you jump in a G63, one of the coolest things about it is how high you're sitting, how boxy it is, how heavy it feels, and how effortlessly it moves. It feels like a tank, and you feel like a boss on the road when you're behind the wheel of a G63. This is the reason these things sell so well. This is the only car that has ever given me anything close to G63 vibes. Now, obviously, you don't get the monster Benz interior. Obviously, you don't get the craftsmanship and the build quality of Mercedes-Benz, and obviously at the end of the day this thing could never be a G63. But you want to call it a poor man's G63, so be it. But this is the closest thing I've driven that's ever given me G63 vibes, and that is a feeling only the G63 gives you. So that's my bonus reason why you, if this is within your budget, if you're considering something, even if you got to push your budget a little, I'm telling you, you'll do good on this car, man. Really hope you enjoyed this episode. Really hope there was some insight as to why somebody would drop 80 grand on a Jeep Wrangler, and I think there's plenty of reasons to do so. Dave, Studio Motors, we are out.